What's going on, everybody? Safar Sadek here. Yeah, it's been a while. I know. Yeah, it has been a while. Well, I'm back, better, fresher, wiser, more spiritual than ever. I got a real interesting lesson for you all coming from the other side. I'm just going to simply entitle this The Age of Aquarius, Mercury Leo Retrograde, or something to that effect. Because we are about within a week of the day of this recording, are about to enter into Leo season. And there's going to be a Mercury retrograde in that season of Leo, starting in August. That combination in and of itself in the celestials is not going to be good, to say the least. All right. And all the while, Pluto is about to go into its retrograde out of Aquarius back into Capricorn. I know this is over most of y'all's head because you don't, even understand basic astrology, and you can blame your religious and Christian organizations for that. But that shit's needed in order to be able to perfectly align prophecy with the heavenly bodies and what's going on out there. That's all one and same. See, they done split this thing called holy that came from above. They done split it all up, split it up, divided it. You take a piece over here, you take a part over here, and we'll take the rest over here on the back end, and you know, we'll just deceive these people up until the time they die. So they'll just die never knowing their true purpose or who they really are, where they come from, why they're here, the purpose they're supposed to serve at this point in time in history. See, they don't want you to know any of that. So they took that holy, which was holy, that wisdom and knowledge, that divine wisdom and knowledge that all man crave and lust after. And they took that and hid it from all the populations around the world. This information was kept among a select few. And throughout their generations, it was always maintained within that select few, even up until now. Well, recently, they've let some crumbs fall off the table, try to make themselves look like they really give a shit. And here we are. But there are those of us, we didn't have to have the crumbs that they raked off their table. We're truly connected to divine. And this is a known fact now. Oh, we're going to go into it like never before. All right, enough of that. Let's look at this chart that I put together for you all here to explain the age of Aquarius in calmer time sets, kind of like jubilees in the Old Testament. If you look up here where it says age of Aquarius, you'll see Pluto in Aquarius. That's what those two symbols are. And this happens every, I believe, 248 years that this happens. Last time it happened, if you look right under there where it says age of Aquarius, from 1778 to 1798. All right. And the age of Aquarius, although it happens at 248 year cycles, whenever it comes in, it always lasts 20 years for a span of 20 years. And then, go back to the 248 years of whatever comes after that. So you look up here and all of these years, look at it from left to right, 1778, 1798. 1781 was a calmer year within this cycle, and so was 1790. Because if you add these numbers up, you'll get like a two-digit number. It's usually 17, 26, or 35, all equal 8. And we're going to get into it, but I got to walk you there first, okay? Because this shit's deep, all right? So you look below there and you see at the left there a 1. I'm going to make it make sense, I promise. Y'all just bear with me now. You see this 1 right here. You look at the dates going from left to right. 1799, 1808, 1817, 1826, 1835, 1844, 1853. All of those add up to from 1778 to 1853, 72. A generation is 72 years. I'm going to make it make sense. Okay? That was the first generation right there. All those are karma years. If you add all those years up, like 1817, 1 plus 8 plus 1 plus 7 is going to give you a 2-digit number. When you reduce it down, it's always going to add to 8. I'm showing you how karma is divided over time before I actually show you what karma is. That's just how deep this is. Y'all bear with me. Okay, look, below 1 you got 2, and you get a span of years from 1862 to 1934. That's the second generation, 72 years. Then you come down below that, number 3, you got a span of karma years from 1943 to 2015. All right? And then you get down to the 4th generation. That's when the age of Aquarius started again. And it locked right in with a karma year. 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. It's never done this before, ever. You can ask all the timekeepers across the spans of the world and time and space, those that have kept the chronicles of secret knowledge and this and that and other, and they will tell you, if they tell you, they would tell you that this shit has never lined up like it is in 2024. Not like this here. Never. So what is this 1, 2, 3, 4? What is this dividing the age of the space between one age of Aquarius to the next? You're dividing it in 4s, generations. Why? Let's look at Exodus chapter 20, verse 5, and I'm reading this in karma concepts, karma terms. Transferring the karmic debt of the ancestors upon their descendants unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. That's Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. See, in the first generation, whatever type of generational curses was on a specific bloodline, what have you, if that didn't get resolved within that 72-year generation, then it's getting passed through your genes into the next generation. So they just accrued that debt. And there's the stacking up. And then when you get down to the 3rd generation, it's going to pass to the next generation through their genes. Same thing. Down to the 3rd and the 4th generation. Okay? Now, across our history, as it is, from 1778 until now, roughly about 200 and some odd years, when you go to 1943, that started the 3rd generation. That was the baby boomer era. Moving on over into the 50s and 60s. Yeah, it was. After World War II was over, all those soldiers came flooding back to their prospective countries, and there was a boom in childbirths during that time. That's why they call it the baby boomer era. Okay? So now all those extra souls are coming into this realm, having accrued debt from the 1st and 2nd generations. This ain't no joke. Okay, when y'all see where I'm taking this, it might sound entertaining to you or whatever now, but it ain't gonna be too entertaining next month. I'm being dead serious. All right. This might not sound like the old Safar Sadek that y'all once do, because that old Safar Sadek has been refined to what you hear now. And hopefully this time around you hear the urgency in my voice. Okay? The shit's about to get crazy. All right? Y'all better get prepared, because y'all ass is finna go through some things. I'm just laying it on you like that right there. All right? So yeah, from the last age of Aquarius, which ranged from 1778 to 1798, we kicked off this age of Aquarius that lines right up with a calmer year. Time finally caught up to itself this year. That's why everything is getting ready to go down, start next month onward towards this so-called election. It's going to be turmoil worse than what was in 2020 and just a little past there. It's going to be far worse than that. I'm going to show you. All right? But I got to get y'all through these here. All right, so on the next side, I'm going to use the thumbnail to kind of outline the lesson that I got set up for y'all. So let's go over there. All right, what I have illustrated for you here in this image is the constellation Leo, top left, and the constellation Virgo, bottom right. If you look at this as a whole, it's like a woman, the Virgo constellation, wearing like an Egyptian crown. All right. Now, I'm painting this image for you for a reason, because this is going to segue into the lesson as to what we're headed to and why it's going to be more dangerous than any nuclear bombs going off in this place. What's going to kick this off is going to really catch a lot of people off guard because they're not paying attention. So, like I said, you have the woman Virgo, which is from about middle August to middle September, I think. And Leo from middle August to middle September. Yeah, those two linked together is a very special time of the year. It's considered harvest season. Yeah, it's harvest time. It's time for those who the Most High have deemed worthy to be transferred from wherever they are back to the original wilderness of the people. Yep, it's that time. I know you've heard it said before, but it's all about divine timing. We just crossed the threshold of the boundaries of this old world order. When Pluto went into Aquarius on the 25th of this past January, that was it. That started the doomsday clock. The real one that's clicking down real freaking fast to look, I'm trying not to I'm trying not to really terrify you people, but in a sense I really am trying my damnedest to terrify y'all, because you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. So now that I've established this is a woman wearing like an Egyptian crown, which is indicative of the next season that we're going into here in about a couple of weeks from the day of this recording, whenever you hear it, Mercury is getting ready to go into its second retrograde, which will span from the 5th of August to the 25th of August in Leo. Woo! Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. So what significance does that really have? Well, like I said, woman wearing a crown. If you look at that crown, you'll see like a light bulb has went off in the mind. in this illustration within the subconscious mind. A huge light, a burst of light has just boom, went off all across the universe. But only those whose crown chakras are open and in alignment will receive the encoded information within that burst of light. Everybody else, it'll be just business as usual. All right. This image right here was portrayed in the book of Revelation. And like I said, we're going to segue over there and start tying all this together. But Mercury Retrograde, mark your calendars. This coming August the 5th, which is about a couple weeks from now, to the 25th, pretty much the whole month of August, especially as going into September, it's about to get real. I mean, real damn real. All right. So I'm going to take you over to my notepad where I have the lesson outline. And we're going to get into this thing from the prophecies. And I'm going to put it together. I'm going to do it unapologetically. I don't give a damn who gets offended by what I say or how I say it. Sounds like a personal problem to me, because what's headed this way is going to be so terrifying to so many people. And the fact that nobody's really even addressing this issue is just pathetic, which is why so many people are going to perish when this shit happens. It's going to catch the majority of you people off guard. Let's go on over there, man. All right, here's the lesson outline. Mercury retrograde in Leo season 2024. That's the meat of this lesson, because that's what's going to kick off all the events prophetically that I have outlined for you, that I've spoken about many times on other videos, but never in this context. All right, Leo season. I have a few precepts for you to give you an idea prophetically what Leo season is really about this time of the year. Let's look at Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 7. The lion is come up from his thicket. We're coming into the season of the lion coming out from his thicket. Let's look at 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion walking about, seeking whom he may devour. With this Mercury, the planet Mercury going in retrograde in Leo season, the devil is getting ready to start exposing all those that have made pacts with him. They're going to be openly exposed. It don't matter what office they hold, what title they hold. None of that shit matters. He's going to put on blast all those who are in league with him in one shape, form, or another. That's how he's going to start devouring souls, coming around to collect on those dues. Let's look at the book of Enoch. See, I don't just teach when I teach out of just the 66 book Catholic slave Bibles. I go everywhere, because that's where the truth is. And that's the reason why you people don't really know what you think you know, is because you limit yourself to as little information as possible, so that you can look like, you say you're all holy this and everything, and you have a lot of people fooled because of the little bit of the truth that you put out there, and you mishandle that. All right. So I go everywhere. All right. If you have a problem with this, then perhaps you're not resonating with this video. It's not for you. Don't keep watching it. Go do something else. Let's look at the book of Enoch, chapter 40, verse 7. The fourth voice I heard expelling impious angels. You can read about them in the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 49, I believe. And prohibiting them from entering into presence of the Lord of spirits to prefer accusations against the inhabitants of the earth. Whew. That's Enoch chapter 40, verse 7. See, this is one of the main reasons why they don't want you messing with the book of Enoch, because it exposes a lot of corruption among the angelic ranks too. See, y'all thought it was just everything going on in this realm. Haven't you heard the term as above, so below? Everything that's happening in this realm is a reflection of what the hell is going on in the spiritual realms. This problem is universal. It's not regional. It's not global. It's universal, both in the spirit realms and this realm. See, this is what you people are not being told. The Most High has his throne room set up to where he has to use his own angels to prevent other angels that are contrary, rebellious, or whatever the case may be. They're the ones that bring the tidings each evening as the sun goes down. Every human being in this planet and other celestial beings have guiding angels, or your spirit guides attached to you from the time you come into this realm until you leave out. This angel's recording everything as if it's you doing it, your higher self. And then this spirit goes before the Most High at sundown in this realm every evening and give a detailed report of everything it experienced through you within that 24-hour period. And this happens from the time you come into this realm until you leave out of here. All right. Well, there are some angels that don't like the way things are run in the heavenly realms. So they retreated and went into other realms, this one included, some of them. Okay. And still had some limited access to the throne room. And when they made their appearance in the throne room before all there ever is and was, all they want to do is, start snitching on a lot of the stuff that you people are doing and getting away with in this realm. There were angels wanting to snitch on you, and they were prevented from doing so. And I'm saying this to say this: the spiritual realms are every bit as dysfunctional as this realm. That's how big this is. See, they just wanted you to think that it was just, within the earth or between Babylon and it. No, this is universal. This is universal, okay? Both spiritual and natural. All of it's in trouble. All right. Let's look at this Mercury Pluto retrograde. Let me go. Let's kick this off with Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which has been past is now present, and that which is to be future hath already been past, and God requires that which is past. Think about that. That was Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. So what a retrograde is, when certain planetary bodies appear to be going backwards from our perspective, that's a sign to let us know that we're going to have to go back, down memory lane, and we're going to have to bring some things up into the present that we really wanted to leave in the past. Let me just put it like that there. We're going to get there, all right? But that's what these retrogrades are all about. Depending on which planet it is, determines the severity of it and the nature of it, and this and that and the other. So let's keep going. In astrology, Mercury retrograde is when the planet Mercury appears to move backward in the sky, which some believe can interfere with the realms that Mercury governs, such as communication, information, and travel. This can lead to a number of effects, including communication issues. Messages can get jumbled, making it harder to understand each other. This can include problems with emails, phone calls, or talking with others when these planets start lining up a couple weeks from now. Relationship issues. Oh, don't we just have enough of those? Arguments may break out more frequently with partners, friends, or co-workers. Whew. That's hitting it kind of close there. Let's keep going. Mental blocks. Oh, shit. Ideas and thoughts may get stuck in the mind, making it difficult to express them to others, because you're going to be thinking about a whole bunch of other shit. You ain't going to have time. All right, come on. Digital issues. Here we go with this. Email servers may go down. Social media platforms may experience bugs. Oh my God, not that. Oh, that right? That's the apocalypse right there. Or other systems may fail to perform as expected. Well, hell, that's any day, but nah, it's gonna be. Like I said earlier, y'all asked me to go through some things, so you better look at here. Global effects. Damn. I'm trying. Oh man, this shit is funny to me. Some say that Mercury retrograde can cause institutional chaos. Oh damn. Institutional chaos, delays, hesitations, or exhaustion. Well, hell, all that's there is institutional chaos again. Moving along. Let's look at Luke chapter 21, verses 25 through 26. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations for perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Y'all talking about hurricane season all the time. Tsunami is going to be paying some coastlines some visits by the end of this year. Look at it. Shit's about to hit the fan to the point to where this is going to become the norm. Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. This is Luke chapter 21, verses 25 through 26. The powers of heavens, the archangels, and all these other celestial beings out there are about to be literally shook up because of all this corruption that's going on universally. And once they get shook up, we're going to suffer the ripple effects of it here in this realm. And it ain't going to be pretty. I'm telling y'all right now. All right, let's keep moving. Let's look at Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's Ecclesiasticus, which is in the so-called Apocrypha, chapter 10, verse 8. Well, that's what the age of Aquarius ushers in. Oh, we're getting into it now. Fun time is over. I'm taking y'all on a journey to your very near future. It was already laid out. Though Pluto will start its retrograde in Aquarius, it will go back into Capricorn from September the 1st to November the 19th. Ooh. So-called election season. Can't make this shit up. Before moving into Aquarius again, Pluto retrograde can have internal, psychological, and emotional effects. So I'm sure it can. It can be a time for introspection and healing, and can challenge people to confront negative behaviors, patterns, and belief systems. You're going to be forced celestially to reevaluate everything you believe to be reality, from religion to family values to morals. Everything is going to come into extreme scrutiny, and it's going to trigger a lot of chaos as a consequence. Oh, we're going there now. Let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 31 through 32. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 31 through 32. So we're coming into a time weeks away when everybody's going to, one way or another, examine themselves like they never have before. And I'm going to show you why and how. This is going to shake a whole lot of y'all up when you hear this, because you're not hearing it in your churches or your mosque or your synagogues or whatever. You're not hearing this. That's why I was conscripted by the Most High to come back here again and re-deliver this message, and hopefully this time I can reach some of you, because it's too late. We passed before it's too late in 2020. It's too late. This year of karma lasts for 2 years, 2024 and 2025, because 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So you still got the rest of this year to survive, and the whole of next year before there's any let up off the pressure that's about to get applied in this realm, because it's already been applied in all the spiritual realms. Y'all don't hear me. All right, let's look at let's look at this right here. I have this illustrated for you all so you can see that you can't make this shit up. That's what I'm just going to call this section here. Here you got 2024, 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. I just told y'all this. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. 8 plus 9, 17. 1 plus 7, 8. So the rest of this year and all of 2025, we're going to go through some things. Let's look at here. Age of Aquarius. if you use, I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. Those that are in the know, you already know these number sequences and everything. If you don't, do your research. But now I'm just going to leave that right there. But this code, I call it a karma code. You can see that as you look down the list, all this shit equals 8 in one way or another. Look at the Aquarius. There are 4 karmic months in a year. And this year, there's actually 5. And it is Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Virgo, and this year is going to be an extra Sagittarius. All karmic seasons. We're just coming out of Cancer, getting ready to head towards Leo. Look at the number sequence above Aquarius. You add it up, 35. What's 3 plus 5? 8. The next word under that, karma, add it up. 1 plus 7, 8. The month of August is a karmic month. Oh my. Add the numbers up. 1 plus 7, 8. And Virgo. Ooh. Remember I showed you the illustration with Leo and Virgo? This is going to span from now until winter time. Everything that's about to pop off within a couple of weeks. You add Virgo up, 35, 3 plus 5 is 8. Karma. This is the year of karma, or crazy 8s. Okay? This is some deep shit that was revealed to me on my 53rd birthday this year, which is karma. I was born in 1971, which adds up to 9. And here it is, 2024, it adds up to 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. Karma. I am the full embodiment of karma for the next 2 years, for the rest of this year and the whole of 2025. And I'm not the only one. I'm just the only one speaking out. All right. And I'm showing you, I'm giving you proof. The proof's in the numbers. And then these prophecies and then these scriptures. It's all adding up now. Because it was always about divine timing. Nevertheless, let's move forward. Watch this. To everything, I'm coming from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. These 8 verses are karma starting now. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, and a time to die, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3, a time to kill, a time to break down. Verse 4, a time to weep, a time to mourn. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones, and a time to refrain from embracing. Verse 6, and a time to lose, and a time to cast away. Verse 7, a time to rend, a time to keep silence. And verse 8, a time to hate, a time of war. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8, the karmic version. Because that's the energy we're in now for the rest of this year and at least the whole of the next one. This is where we are now. Everything is lining up perfectly now. Also, as a complement to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8, Psalms 109 adds right in well with that mix. 9 minus 1 is 8. Karma. This is me personally. This is the karma that I am to everybody for the rest of this year and all of next year. To whom it may apply to. Unapologetically. This is what it is. All right. So now we've established that this year is the year of karma, just like I showed you in that chart earlier when I took you through the previous age of Aquarius and the one we just entered. It's all about the eights when you're dealing with karma. Whatever is sent out always comes back, and sometimes more. The sign of infinity when 8 is flipped over horizontally. All right. Here's another karmic passage of scripture. Luke chapter 12, verses 2 through 3. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 8. Well, what does Luke chapter 12, verses 2 through 3 say? Let's read it. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. Neither hid that shall not be known. Oh my. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Woo! A lot of shit y'all been talking is about to go viral on this here World Wide Web. And that's Luke chapter 12, verses 2 through 3, man. And it adds up to 8. You can't make this shit up, man. Let's keep going. Now, when I showed y'all that image with the woman, the two constellations, Leo and Virgo, this is where that came from. Revelation chapter 12, verses 1 through 2. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. So when John was looking up in the heavens, he saw what I just depicted to you all. A woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. That image that I showed you all, that celestial image that I showed you all, happened in September of 2017, a planetary alignment. That's what Revelation chapter 12, verses 1 through 2 is talking about. Excuse me. A full planetary alignment, all of them, in the constellation Leo and Virgo. That signifies the end of this old world and the transition into the next that's coming afterwards. Because there's going to be a transition phase into the next one. It's not going to be just go from this one. No. It's going to be just like we went into the wilderness the last time. We're going to have that experience again to purge out those that don't make the cut. Because this next world is going to be vibrating too high for anybody vibrating less than. You're not going to make it there. So you might as well die here or in the wilderness. Because that's either one or two places you're going to meet your end. Most of it is going to be here, since you love this place so much. But yeah, that's what that's talking about. And that also happened the August before that in 2017 is when you had that solar eclipse that came all the way across the country. Both those events happened in 2017, 2 months apart. Here it is, 2024, and you had a total solar eclipse that went the other way. They put an X right in the heart of this country. And you don't think this celestial alignment ain't going to happen again? They're not going to tell you this time. Oh, they made it public in 2017. I was all over it. I know. The eclipse, everything. I was all over all that shit. This time, they're not saying nothing. If anything, they got you focused on a resurgence of 2020 or some type of bird flu, or they got you looking everywhere except where you really should be looking. And that's up. Because when this occurs, I'll put it to you like this. Go back and watch the movie, the blockbuster hit that came out in the early to mid 90s. It was called Pitch Black. It had Vin Diesel and Keith David. Go watch that movie. And they're literally showing you in that movie even a particular date of the year and what would happen should that the planets line up this time like they did in 2017. And ain't nobody paying attention to nothing. Y'all don't remember nothing really important. Then we just show you that there's going to be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars. You people are not paying attention to what you really need to be paying attention to. Because you're so distracted with all this other shit that doesn't matter. It never did. And here we are getting ready to transition out of this paradigm into a transitional one where more of us are going to get picked off until whoever's left out of that actually goes into the so-called New World Order. All that stuff they told y'all that was going to happen in the so-called New World Order, you've already seen it and experienced it. This is it. The crown chakra. Remember I made mention of that earlier. The crown chakra is the seventh chakra and is associated with a connection to spirit, universal consciousness, wisdom, unity, and self-knowledge. It's located at the top of the head, radiating upward, and is closely linked to the brain and the nervous system. So now I'm zooming in a little more about what I'm talking about and where we're going because of all this that I just explained to you. The crown chakra of certain individuals is about to get some serious downloads from the great divine. It's already been happening since the first Mercury retrograde. A lot of us, myself included, received some serious downloads from the universe. Couple weeks from now and heading on out of this year, woo! You better balance your chakras. Make sure that crown is in perfect alignment with all the rest of them, because the downloads are gonna come. I'm gonna show you. Let's start this with Joel chapter 2 verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. This is Joel chapter 2 verses 28. See, the planet has been incrementally raising its vibration. And this is what has triggered all the turmoil that's going on right now. And you add that with the next resurgence of the age of Aquarius. Just had a Mercury retrograde in Aries. The next one coming up is Leo. And then the one leaving out of the year is Sagittarius. All fire signs. Fire. 3 times. So that the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, the matter is established. And you internalize fire however you want. But this is, see, everybody was talking about this happened on the day of Pentecost. This happened at Azusa Street in California in the early 1900s, blah, blah, blah. It's happening now. Question is, are you receiving the downloads? Is your crown chakra and all the rest of your chakras perfectly lined up like how they need to be so that you can receive these final distress messages before all hell really does break loose in this realm all over? Are you receiving these downloads? Because if not, then you're going to be mixed among the hundreds of thousands, millions, seeking somebody to know what's going on and why, and how to potentially escape the shit. All right. Let's look at Job chapter 33, verses 14 through 17. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. And why does it say twice? So that the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, the matter is established. Most High, he'll show you something or tell you something and then show you the same thing, but maybe from a slightly different perspective. It's not that it's completely different than the first one. No, it's another perspective. Now you have 2 witnesses together to confirm what it is he was showing you, so you'll know it was from him. See, demons and Satan, they can't do that. They're not allowed to do that. That's what distinguishes what's really from the Most High from them. Because he'll come to you twice about the shit. Satan will come to you one time and, he'll paint such a wonderful picture of it and everything. Hey, you losing your damn mind like everybody else. Verse 15, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. That's Job chapter 33, verses 14 through 17. So people, whether they're sleeping or, whatever, are receiving these messages and downloads. And the information is out there because the Most High created an atmosphere for this information to be freely accessible right now. But that's soon get ready to come to a screeching halt. We just covered that about the effects of Mercury Retrograde on telecommunications and all this, stuff we rely on all the time. There's going to be some disruptions in that too. It's going to be worse this time than it was in March. All right, let's look at Numbers chapter 24, verse 16. He had said, which heard the words of God and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 16. So you're going to have people like, I do it all the time, constantly, throughout a whole day. I'm constantly in a trance. I'm in 2 realms or several realms simultaneously. Okay? I have the ability to process that amount of information flowing in and out of these different realms and internalize it so that I can function in this damn realm like everybody else. See, that's what they didn't know about me because I never told them. But they found, they how y'all say, they fucked around and found out though. And the worst is yet to come because I know. And while all this is happening, all you people receiving these downloads and expressing in however way you do, take this piece of advice right here. This is all of you. Job chapter 19, verse 23. Oh, that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book. That's Job chapter 19, verse 23. Y'all need to start journaling, man. You get these dreams and visions that are being sent out into the collective right now are nothing like anything that's ever been sent out, period. That's just how dire the circumstances are that we face. And people are still running around here like partying like it's 1999. I'm going to show you what's going to interrupt the party. I'm working up to it. Check this out. Daniel chapter 1, verses 17 through 20. Because a lot of people, I'm hearing this chatter on YouTube and other social media platforms that's going on. I don't give a shit about them. I've been pretty much at YouTube. And I'm hearing all this, ha ha, he. Well, people that do divination and this, that, and the other, that's of the devil and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Shut up. Go back to church because you ain't learned nothing. Let's look at Daniel chapter 1, verses 17. I give you the precept when I get down there. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Seems like we was just talking about that. Now, at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. This was during the other Babylon. And the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, a.k.a. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore stood they before the king, and all manners of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. That's Daniel chapter 1, verses 17 through 20. So all gifts come from above. See, this is a realization most of you are going to have forced on you because you're not ready to accept it right now when it's too late, to be quite brutally honest. There's balance to everything. The entity that created this realm is a being of both light and dark. If you can accept that, then when you go back and read all these historical accounts and scriptures, particularly in the 5 books of Moses and Joshua, it's clear as day that the God of the Israelites was no God to be fucked around with. I'm just put it like that. All right. So you got all these people talking about these different divinatory gifts and everything as other devil. No, it's not. The devil has hijacked and counterfeited everything that the Most High put in this realm for the benefit of man. Satan has his version of it too. But what's truly amazing to me is how ironic it is that the very people that claim to be scrutinizing these divinatory arts and everything are the same ones that's doing it behind closed doors in their little covens and cliques. Yeah. Oh, we're going to get into it. I'm telling you. I ain't going to waste your time. I'm coming out of retirement. I got to get this one. Might be the last, but I got to get it. All right, let's switch gears here, and we're going to get into now we get into it. Now, what are all these visions and dreams and everything, but what specific reason or reasons would there be to have this heightened sense of clairvoyancy, clairaudience, clairsentient, claircognizance? Why at this particular time in history do we really need to have certain individuals running around with that heightened level of spiritual awareness? What the hell is this Mercury retrograde in Leo really going to enlighten people about through dreams and visions on a whole nother level? Let's find out. Now I'm going to take you to an apocryphal book, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verses 62 through 66, and we're going to answer that question. Yea, and the Spirit of Almighty God, which made all things and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. Verse 65, and when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day. Damn. What will ye do? Or how will ye hide your sins before God and his angels? That's 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verses 62 through 63. So put it all together real quick. This next Mercury retrograde in Leo season, a few weeks from now, a lot of people's eyes are going to come open. Third eye, first, second one, whatever combination you want. They're going to become fully aware of all the bullshit that's going on around it. All these illusions that have kept these people somewhat in like a fog of war, that shit's going to be lifted away, and they're going to see with crystal clear clarity about what's really been going on and what's going on and what it was all about and what the end game was. And it and it's going to happen all at once because it's going to be live streamed all over the world. It's going to happen all at one time. And when this happens and people's secret sins start getting exposed openly in public, just like it was just regular conversation, it's the reactions that are going to, I'm afraid, be very problematic, to say the least. Moving along. Let's look at, we're going to switch up here. Now, until I get to the next set of brackets, like you see right up above here, everything that you're going to hear in this part are scriptural examples of what people are actually doing right now and have been doing for quite some time. And just because they didn't think anybody knew about it, they were bold and just kept right on doing it. But this year, everything gets exposed. That's what karma is. The revelation of all that you sent out into the universe and the fruits that are coming back to you from it. But this is the type of shit people's eyes are going to come open to within their family dynamics, their church and religious dynamics, their workplace dynamics, and what have you. This is what they're going to find out. People around them that they love and trust are doing behind their backs and perhaps to them. Let's look at Micah chapter 2, verses 1 through 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Well, how is that possible? And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his inheritance. Because that's what a heritage is. And that's Micah chapter 2, verses 1 through 2. I'm bringing it to you now. These are the things, until I tell you otherwise, of what people have been doing and getting away with up until now. This is the shit that's going to be exposed at family reunions, at work gatherings and parties, in churches during church service, what have you, out in public. These things that I'm revealing to you right now are going to be coming forth out of the mouths of total strangers to individuals in crowds. And they will have witnesses with them when they're doing it. Because all of them ain't going to have the full story. One will have one part, one will have the other part, and the other will have the other part. But all three heard, everybody will hear the whole matter. And these individuals are going to infiltrate all social gatherings and start telling this type of stuff about people and family members and friends and spouses and whatnot. It's all coming out. Let's look at Proverbs chapter 20, verse 21. An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. Oh man, so many people are experiencing that right now. Yeah, they're experiencing it. They got a hold of somebody's inheritance, or hell, even their own, and squandered it. But yeah, there's a concerted effort of the so-called Boule class society. Boule, Boule. It's French. Boule. Google it or go on YouTube and put Boule Society. All right, because they are main key players in what's going on. But yeah, there's a concerted effort globally. It's like the latter day gold rush of people stealing people's homes, titles, inheritances, and everything, and then even going so far as taking out insurance policies on these people, and then stealing money out of these trust funds and paying damn assassins and hitmen to take these people out so they can get them in death from insurance and steal their inheritance. Man, they just just robbed them blind. And it's their own family members doing it. God forbid your ass is elderly and you fall ill these days and you want to stay home and your family to take care of you, you better off in a damn retirement home. I'm just telling you, because you can mysteriously go to sleep while they're all there. And the story was that you died peacefully in your sleep, but your soul will never rest until people find out that you were actually murdered. Treated like worse than an animal your final days after you rewrote that will. Yeah, they were upset about that. When you rewrote that will, for whatever reason you did it, you pissed all them niggas off in that family. Okay? So now that's why they did to you what they did to you. Putting you outside in that hot sun and just leaving you out there, and you can't get up on your own and just out there just baking, wouldn't bring you no water or nothing. And they just kept doing that shit day after day after day until your heart finally gave out and you passed out of this realm. Right on over into judgment. Yeah, all this stuff's coming out. Okay? Let's keep going. Oh man. Exodus chapter 23, verses 1 through 2. I'm going to read this one together with Luke chapter 18, verses 2 through 5. I'm going to read these two together, and we're going to talk about this here. Exodus 23, 1 through 2. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. This is pathetic, but the last part is the most pathetic of all. Speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. What does that really mean? And that's Exodus 23, 1 through 2, by the way. Well, let's go over here to Luke 18 and read 2 through 5, and we'll find out what that means. Saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not God, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And he would not for a while. But afterward, he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. That's Luke chapter 18, verses 2 through 5. So take that and apply it to speaking a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. That's these idiot women that go down to these courthouses. They might as well have a mailbox out there for them, because they practically live there. Every time the judge looks up from his or her seat, they're the next ones approaching. And the judge is just shaking it. Oh my God. And the reason why this shit like this goes on and people just can't figure out, well, why don't the judge he knows she's full of shit. Why don't he throw her ass in jail? Truth be told, because they're all part of the same coven or affiliate covens. Yeah, these underground collection or congregations of satanic witches and warlocks, yeah, that's your people running your justice system and, this system and that system and all the other systems that are joined to one big system. Yeah, they're all part of it. All of them. Membership is required. Oh, we're going to get into it now. I'm just kind of walking y'all slow. I'm savoring this. Like I said, I've been in retirement. I'm not even the same Safar Sadek that you heard on the last video you heard me on. Not even. But yeah, that's gonna be some other things that's gonna be coming out, and it's gonna be not, people gonna be getting arrested on their jobs and stuff, or this has already happened. Come to find out, somebody in your family, you was put on a trust fund or something, and you didn't know nothing about it, and there was a whole bunch of people in on it, but they just didn't never say nothing to you. It was like, your own personal Truman Show, okay? And all these scumbags have a huge plot to, at some point, take you out so they can get that money and divide it among themselves and go spend and be broke the next week, because, that's how dumbasses do. But yeah, and they then went down to the court and made all type of false allegation reports against you, unbeknownst to you. Now you on your way to work one day and get in the parking lot and get surrounded by the cops, thrown in handcuffs and took to jail, and you don't even know what the hell you did because the cops are in on it too. And the prison guards and correctional officers and the wardens and they're all in on it. Okay, the joke's on you. This is what's coming out this year. This here, oh man, I'll give you the precept when I get down there. This right here is the number one thing that's being exposed in the universe. And those of us in the know, we know. With intricate detail, we know. See, that's why they took these scriptures out of your Bibles, so you can never put this together in time enough before it was too late. Well, that's where I come in. There'll be three things that mine heart fears, and for the fourth, I was so afraid. The slander of a city. Everybody getting in on some lying gossip that one or two individuals done cooked up. Now you got a whole community of people worked up into a damn mania over some shit that might not even be true. Sorry about that. Get back down here. But yeah, don't you know how many people done got killed over shit like that? But hey, like I said, if you ain't in the little clique or part of the crew, then you just screwed. Here we go. There be three things that my heart fears, and for the fourth, I was so afraid. The slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude as the result of some gossip and lies that done been spread among family or a group of families or hell, a whole community. Now all these people up in arms thirsty for blood. And it was, I guarantee it was over some bullshit, because it always usually is. And a false accusation. All these things are worse than death. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicated with all. Bitch can't keep her damn beak shut. I'm me. If how I deliver this is offensive to you, go try to find this somewhere else within 2 weeks. Good luck to you. That's Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verses 5 through 6. Yep. But back during the good old days, Salem, Massachusetts, point in case, nah, it wasn't having it. You go do your research and look back through the pages of history of Salem, Massachusetts during the colonial days, and see what happened under these conditions right here. But a lot of people are gonna become aware, whether it be through private investigators or the FBI or whoever, the state or the county officials somehow approach you or get in contact with you, whatever, and they're gonna have official documents, court reports, and all that stuff that details all these plots that were secretly against you behind your back, that's designed to destroy you or get you caught up, thrown in prison, whatever, just to take away your freedom and have you somewhere in a controlled environment outside of society, so these people could finish the job of robbing you of your inheritance, of your heritage. It's coming out. When these planets line up this way, people's minds and eyes are going to come open to all the shit that you other people have benefited and thrived off of. It's going to be the end of the line for y'all and all your affiliates. Yep, that's another thing that's going to come to people. Here's something else right here. It's getting ready to get hot, so y'all better turn your AC on, get that shit turned up. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 14 through 15. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? Now, before I get into the second verse, a lot of y'all gonna find out, and it's gonna be publicly, unfortunately. It's gonna be done in a manner to clown and shame and defame you. But you're going to find out the person that you thought you were legally married to, you weren't. You weren't. You're going to find out. It's going to be done. All this shit's going to be done openly. Verse 15. Now I'm going to crank it up now. And what concord hath Christ with Belial? Or what part have he that believeth with an infidel? This part right here, when what concord has Christ with Belial? Well, all of y'all are going to find out that the church that you love and support and this here, that, and the other, it's a witch coven run by top-ranking warlocks and witches. They actually worship Satan. They use religion as a cloak so no one would ever suspect. And you may be wondering, well, if they're of the devil, then how the hell can they actually get up and preach the word? Well, they know which words to preach and which ones not to preach. That's how. And whatever they're talking about, it's always designed to get you in an emotional state to where you will want to unrealistically just start giving to these people. Your rent money, your car payment, your utilities, and other expenses. You done had a spell cast over you and you just want to give, and you do. This is coming up. I'm going to show you. I'm going to dig into this a little bit more right here about this, people claiming to be of the light, but in actually they're of the darkness. You can't serve two masters, okay? Because the one you're pretending is the one you hate. That's blasphemy against the Holy Ghost. For such there is no forgiveness in this life or the next. Matthew chapter 12, verses 31 through 32. All right? Y'all pay attention, because I have a tendency to throw one of them things out here. Now check this out. A lot of people are going to find out that some, or if not all, the members of their surrogate family, because they're going to find out they ain't part of that family by blood, no way. It's all coming out. It's all coming out because the energy in the heavens is conducive for it to come out. See, exposure always comes before the end judgment. So you got to know what you get ready to get destroyed for before you get destroyed. All right. And on this scale, yeah, it has to be that way. So, and because, the powers that be that run this realm are not going to live stream stuff like this, not a problem. He's going to pour out his spirit on all flesh all over the place. There's nowhere on this planet that people dwell and live where this is not going to be happening. Nowhere. So you don't have to live stream it. It's going to be going all over the place anyway. Maybe not exactly all at the same time, but within that time frame, people are going to be going through some things, all right, because of all this shit being revealed. And it's just going to cause a lot of people to just go over the edge and snap because it's going to be all too sudden. They didn't have enough time to process that information and, pamper themselves with self-love and self-care and everything to help, build up these wounds from just hearing this shit. That's just how diabolical these people that run these religious institutions are. And them and their affiliate fraternal orders and sororities and all that. All these people are going out the window during the age of Aquarius because that's what happened the last time. See, that's what the purpose for the age of Aquarius is to get rid of whatever power structure dug its heels in over the course of that 248-year period or whatever that is, and they got to go to make room for something else. That's where we are now. And they're trying to dig their heels in and do everything they can to remain where they are, but they're going to be exposed, and that's going to just deal. When the people around them hear this shit, that concerted reaction is going to be the number one threat on this planet. People just reacting. As armed as people are in this damn country, whether they're from here or not, and most everybody's already, wound tight anyway about everything. People are triggered about everything nowadays. Everybody walks around in their feelings all the time. Easily triggered about shit that don't even really matter. And then you factor in these, I'm trying to be cool, but you factor in the fact that most of these people are armed, and 90% of the time nobody knows that they are until it's too late. And you think that when shit like this starts to be put on blast publicly, that these motherfuckers ain't gonna react? Okay, believe that bullshit you going to. Hey, my advice, don't go to no more family reunions this year. If you escaped the ones earlier, happy are you. The rest of y'all, nah, you might don't be going to no movie theaters, anywhere else, a large group of people. That ain't where you want to be. I'm telling you. But yeah, these people, this is the type of shit that they get down with behind the scenes that y'all don't know about. I'm coming from the Wisdom of Solomon. I'll give it to you when I get to the bottom. Another apocryphal book. No wonder they took these books out. Verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he hath made an image of his child soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man. And why was his son soon taken away? This right here. And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Oh, yeah, they get down like this. This is how they get rank, clout, prestige, wealth, and all this other stuff right here. This is why they never wanted you to see these books. Verse 23. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verses 15 and 23 through 24. This is what your pastors and your teachers and evangelists and the deacon board and the Ursha board, all of them behind scenes, unbeknownst to the rest of y'all, this is the type of shit they get involved in. Orgies, literally having kids killed. They what they do is they check their birthdays the very day that they were born, and they'll submit that to the head of the coven, and he knows how to do these astrological natal charts and can pretty much figure out everything that you're destined for from the time you came into this realm until you leave out. They can read. It's like them tapping into your Akashic records and finding out everything there is to know about you, and that is a serious spiritual violation to do. There's no forgiveness. This year, it's over with. Okay? But this is the type of stuff you people are going to be finding out here in a couple of more weeks by people that you love and respect and admire and all. This is what you're going to find out. Then it's going to make sense to you why they lived a better quality life than you did. Yeah. And that collective reaction to that realization is what we all have to be on high alert about. Look, right here. Here's some other stuff people going to find out. Lamentations chapter 4, verses 18 through 19. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. What is that talking about? Gang stalking. Yeah, I know somebody's damn blood pressure going up now. How the hell that nigga know? The scary version, I've always known. But yeah, gang stalking, y'all. A lot of y'all gonna find out, man. People have been paid to go in your mailbox, and any letters that looked official, take them and leave the rest of that shit. Your mail has been rerouted to other locations so that it can be gone through for whatever the contents are in it. Unbeknownst to you, you've probably been summoned to court 6-7 times and didn't even know it. You've probably been divorced by somebody you actually thought you was married to. You never got any paperwork. Oh yeah, you've been gang stalked. Motherfuckers been following your ass everywhere. You remember when you was in the store last week and you dropped that bag of oranges on the floor? The person that picked it up and gave it to you followed your ass all the way up in there. You didn't even know it. Oh yeah, you're gonna find out. Let's see what else. Oh Lord. Not Job chapter 13 verse 4. Let's read it. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. HIPAA violations. Ooh. Yep. When your ass supposed to be in there working, you got your patients in there filing complaints about, they can't ever find y'all. Y'all ain't ever around and this, here, that, and the other. And anytime they push the button, it seems like they're waiting half the day before they even wonder if you're still at work. Your ass on a computer, tapping in, hacking in other healthcare system computers, hunting down specific individuals so that you could go into their medical records and hopefully find something that you could use as probable cause as a pretext to get some shit started. You know what? I celebrate every time one of these dumbass nurses get fired or get in trouble, or one of these healthcare professionals get hemmed up with this. Because that right there lets me know you ain't got nothing to do. And I don't understand how that's possible in a hospital. And you bored and you got that much time on your hands? Yeah. Forging documents and get these doctors to collaborate with you, and y'all come up with a damn death certificate with somebody that ain't even dead just because you don't know where they are. And then you doing shit like that right there. Don't you realize, and you have to take into account the person that you're doing this to, because if they are spiritually ranked much higher than you are in a whole nother hierarchical class, and you do shit like this, you're going to be punished before it even comes out. The only thing that's going to come out in a couple of weeks from now is what happened to you if you're still here. That's all that's going to come out. What happened to you and the events that led up to it. That's it. That's the only memory that's going to be left of you. And you people still want to play. Yep, a lot of people gonna find out. A lot of nurses and people in their family that had affiliations with these nurses. A lot of times you're gonna find out a lot of these people you don't even know. They done got caught up into a web of bullshit. Because that's all it is. Galatians chapter 4, verse 17. Let me read it and then I'll explain that one. They zealously affect you, but not well. Yea, they would exclude you that you might affect them. That's Galatians chapter 4, verse 17. And that's like these fraternal groups and sororities and whatever you want to call these damn people, these little alpha kappa, whatever. Yeah, these types of people, they're always looking for fresh meat, but then at the same time, they're always looking for people that they consider a threat or competition to their clique or to their brand. They're always on the lookout for that. And when they feel like they found somebody, you could be stalked your entire life and not even know it. These people are keeping as much as they can, constant surveillance on your ass, because your birth charts have already been read by the head of their group or another group or whatever. So they already know what your destiny is. So their plan is to steal it and to get rid of you. And this could be happening, like I said, from the time you come off from between your mama's legs until you either figure it out or leave here and never figure it out, whatever the case may be. This is the plot that's going on. And all this shit's going to be revealed publicly, however that may be, coming into when these planets get where they need to be. So yeah, that's what these people do. These little groups and everything, they always hunting you around, and they want to be you because they know there's something about you that they don't have collectively. They know that. So they're already jealous of you. Well, if there was nothing valuable about me to be jealous about, then why are you jealous? See, people aren't just jealous of you just to be jealous. No. That's not how that emotion works. That emotion is responding to something that it perceives to be a grave threat. That's why people do the shit that they do to other people, because they perceive them as a threat to their reality. Because everybody doesn't perceive reality the same. All right? You think just because you're, looking at something and it's bringing you joy, and you look at other people and wonder, what's wrong with their faces? They look like they're actually disturbed by this. They are. Everybody's not having the same experience, bro. Just because it's a whole bunch of people in one room, that don't mean nothing. Each individual is having a very unique experience, while at the same time having an experience collectively. Now you figure that out. But yeah, you got your little mean girl clubs that run around. They really want to increase their numbers, but they want to act like they're so holier than thou that, you're not good enough to be with us. And yeah, whatever. This right here, I'll give you the precept when I get down to the bottom. This right here is already happening, but it's really going to pick up. Well, I'm going to read the whole thing and I'm going to break it down. Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had in repetition among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space. This right here, look, these so-called elite special interest groups and, clandestine collaborations and conglomerates that don't nobody even know exist, because that's just how, flawlessly these people move in silence like that. They have to, because of the mission that they're on. All right? These people are, mixed right in with the aristocracy and the aristocrats and all them, and the oligarchs and all them. They're mixed in with them. Okay, these are angels in disguise that are on our side. All right, so right here, it's going to be more instances like this occurring, more people in these affluential positions are going to start publicly recognizing those of us that have been gang stalked, had, inheritance stolen and this, that, and the other. They see the injustice, and this year being a year of karma, they have no choice. That's part of their programming software. They have to act and tip the scales of justice, and that's coming. But these people are going to start coming forth publicly. I told you this is all about exposure. They're not going to be doing this shit hiding from behind the shadows like they've been, like how they move. No, they're going to come forth publicly, and this is what they're going to be saying right here. This is how they're going to be, in a sense, playing devil's advocate on our part. Just hear me out on this. But somebody like this, of this reputation, said, look, y'all back off. And said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what you intend to do as touching these men. See, Gamaliel knew something about these men because he was part of that clandestine conglomerate that were watching these guys. Okay, this didn't just start in this century. This has been going on since this place was brought online. Shit like this has been going on, all right? But he told them, look, these particular men, y'all need to back off. Now, now this is how he's how he plays devil advocate, but he's doing it for our benefit. He's giving them some examples. For before these days rose up through this, boasting himself to be somebody running around, slandering people's name, clout chasing, and just being, toxic as hell, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. He gave him another example. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. See, that's what this season is getting ready to expose to. The real shit from the bullshit. I'm going to just put it like that. And it's going to be affluential people leading the charge on it, unapologetically, and don't care, because they're not, their well-being is not attached to this system, which gives them the ability to move into shadows the way they do and blend right in. Now, after he gave them those few examples, this is stuff y'all gonna be, all these people, these unethical tarot card readers and crystal ball scryers or whatever all these people that are on social media, and most of them, unfortunately, are doing it as a competitive sport. Y'all gonna start seeing channels either abandoned or taken down from a lot of so-called content creators and influencers, particularly those in divinatory arts, are going to be exposed. It's coming. This exposure, I told you several times, is universal. All right? Now, I'm just giving you some, on the ground, grassroots indicators that you can expect to be coming up more than anything else. Why? Because it's scripted. Everything else will just be some, sad adaptation to it. But the shit that I'm showing you, you can look for it to happen. But look at the last part of what he told him. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught, just like all the rest of them. But, now this is how he's playing devil's advocate now. But if it be of God, you cannot overthrow it, lest happily you be found even to fight against God. Now, I don't know why they put happily in there, because that ain't nothing to be happy about. To be in a situation where your dumb ass wouldn't stop after being warned multiple times, but I have to win at all costs because my ego is hurt and I'm a big baby and, I'm really LGBT, but I was pretending to be heterosexual and, I'm more into whatever. Who cares? Who the hell cares? I mean, that's some Jerry Springer bullshit. Who cares? All right. But when you decide you want to go up against something that you knew you couldn't handle, so you figure I get a whole bunch of people, I get this slander started, you get a whole unruly multitude together, the justice system, the court system, corrupt officials, corrupt cops, celebrities, people in the military. I'm going to get them all to come against you. How did that work out? How did it work out? But then you're so concerned about how I know, and I told you, I always know. I just don't always tell. All right, so those are some things you can be expecting. It's going to be a whole bunch of other type of stuff. We ain't going to even go into it because this lesson long enough. I mean, damn all that. But yeah, just keep your eyes and your ears open, but do it from afar. Get you one of them damn spy scopes, look like a satellite dish with a microphone in it, built like a gun. Put you some headphones on, listen to that shit from a distance. That way when guns start getting snatched out of built waistbands and shit like that, hey, all you gotta do is just fall down. Everybody else gonna lay down. Because that's exactly. Now multiply that by every damn neighborhood in this country around about the same time. That's what I'm talking about. We're coming up on a time when niggas get put on blast, they gonna start blasting. That's just how ridiculous this society is we live in. Oh man. All right, enough of this horse shit. Let's get this thing going. I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit, but whatever. Now, we're going to go into prophecy, and we're going to codify what I just said, how this thing here going to getting. Let's look at 2 Ezra chapter 6, verses 23 through 24. And the trumpet shall give a sound when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Now, this is not necessarily talking about in a literal sense a trumpet blowing as you would imagine it. No. What purpose does a trumpet serve in the first place? To get everybody's attention, to sound an alarm. Okay, that's what's happening right now. An alarm is being sound, letting you people know what the fuck is about to happen. Hopefully you get this before the shit starts happening, so you can try to make some kind of intelligent decisions about what you want to do. But the trumpet is sounding now, and so trust me, when a lot of people hear this message, they are going to be afraid when they find out how this is going to happen and why. And bro, especially when they already heard about it happening to a few other people around them, and it's already got them a little nervous, and then they hear this. Hey, we in their energy, people. I'm trying to tell you. So now that this has been done, people becoming suddenly afraid. But this is the part right here. This one verse of scripture right here is the foundation of why all this is being done. This lesson. This is the inspiration behind this lesson being done. As a result of all these, isms and schisms being publicly announced in whatever shape, form, or fashion that may be, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Woo, that is so profound. Yeah, y'all were popping champagne bottles and ha ha and a hee hee and goot 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 and drawing on the trees and laughing and just having a damn good old time. And all the while, you thought you was actually getting away with this shit. You thought nobody knew. So now all the people that you collaborated with and worked with and stole with and sacrificed with and lied with and all this other shit, now y'all had to turn on each other. Because there's no honor among thieves and shit bags. All right? Just bluntly put. Though I be rude in speech, but not in wisdom and knowledge. All right? Yeah, this is what's going to be the number one problem in this country for law enforcement to handle, for the military. We're going to get into it. This right here. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The second Ezra chapter 6, verses 23 through 24. And all of this right here are reactions, people's reactions to these levels of realization is going to be publicly announced. People are going to react without thinking. And they're going to be turning on people that they once collaborated with, partied with, did some shiesty shit with. They're going to now, just like I showed you in the Wisdom of Solomon, how they're going to be traitorously killing each other and screwing each other's spouses, no matter whether it's male or female. Hell, they get down, they don't care. Trisexuals, them motherfuckers will try anything, they don't care. A lot of them. But these same people, it already started during Mercury Retrograde in Aries back in March, set this off. It really did. I'm here to tell you that Mercury Retrograde in Leo is going to be the icing on the cake because of this right here. When this shit people start getting put on blast right there, people are going to lose their fear of retaliation and everything, and they just going to come out and they going to say what it is. And a lot of them going to have official documentation with them at the time of exposure to collaborate what they're saying is the truth. But whoever's on the receiving end of that, they're not trying to hear that shit. This is... Because some of this shit that's going to get broadcast is just not appropriate beyond... I'm going to just leave that alone. But motherfuckers finna go through some things, man. Because the frequency at which this shit is going to be happening is going to be unprecedented. I'm talking about in person in real time. Yeah, people going to be getting exposed on the internet too, but that ain't going to have the same effect as you standing in line at Walmart and some young girl come running up to you while you standing in line and start talking about all the stuff you had her doing, and then she revealed her age and woo. It's the collective reaction in these type of situations is going to be them things I just told you about everybody going to be going through. Yeah, that part. So this is where we at right now. I already showed y'all in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 1 through 8. I already showed y'all the season. I already showed you. Let's look at Micah chapter 7 verse 10. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom, whether you gay or straight or whatever. For the son dishonoreth the father. The daughter riseth up against her mother. The daughter-in-law marries her mother-in-law against her mother-in-law. What the hell? A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Now, what scripture did I just show you before I showed you this one? When shit start popping, Friends are going to fight against each other like enemies. Even families are going to be turning on each other like a school of piranhas. When the pressure is too great to bear. Oh man, you can't make this shit up, man. You really can't. Matthew chapter 10, verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child. Yeah. And the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. I just gave you a scenario about that earlier. A lot of these young folks could be neglecting their elderly grandparents, doing it on purpose. Some of them don't, because it's a sacrifice. And some of them are going to be sick enough to live stream this shit. But all of it's coming out in the open. The stuff you don't want in the open is what's going to be exposed. Nobody cares about what you're already doing. Hey, we all see that. Nah, we want to find out about all that, really icky, ooey gooey stuff that you would kill to keep hidden. That's the juice we want. Now multiply that by everybody standing around you. And the collective reactions that will incur. That's what we're talking about. Let's look at 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 31. We're getting there. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. The 2 Ezra chapter 13, verses 31. Well, damn, that pretty much spells it out where all this stuff's going to be going down. Everywhere. I told y'all. I don't know why they keep doing that, but I'm almost done. This shit's going to be going on everywhere, people. It ain't going to be restricted to just one place. It's going to be going... Look, Mercury goes over other countries just like it do this country, okay? So this shit going to be going on everywhere. All right, here we go. So yeah, all these players, either one realm against another. Look, even in these heavenly realms, it's shit going on. That's what Revelation 12, if you kept reading on down through there, it talks about how there was war in heaven with Michael and his angels against the devil and his angels. There's war in these spiritual realms right now. I told y'all this earlier. Because that which is righteous cannot abide that which is not righteous. So all these angels that are righteous are in arms fighting against these other angels, the ones that come up and bring accusations about you. These angels, look, and this is how it's going to be done. Because those angels are being blocked from coming into the throne room and bringing these accusations against you. They're going to be doing it through people. That's how, this is going to be the spirits behind the people. This just start talking shit. And it ain't, I'm just saying talking shit. It's going to be the 100% truth. And they're going to be able to back it up with other witnesses they don't even know that's standing in that crowd. It's going to be these angels doing it. Well, if I can't accuse you in front of, the Most High, where you will most likely get some sort of mercy, then I'm going to do it out here in this crowd that could be made unruly at the snap of a hat or a twig. So they'll get your ass that way. See, you're not going to learn this in church because, your witches and warlock pastors, they're too busy sacrificing, drinking blood, and screwing each other and whatever the hell else they got going on back up in there. They too busy to tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you the truth. These people hate competition. Even among themselves, they hate it. But this is what's going to get ready to start going on coming here in the next couple of weeks. I'll give you the precept when I get down there. It's in the Apocrypha. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. I'm telling y'all. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. Here's the third. Why do we keep hearing this reoccurring theme? Because this is what's going to be going on when these angels that are pissed off because they can't cause drama in heaven, so they're going to come down here and do it on earth. It's the collective reaction of the humans that's going to be the fucking problem. Just think back 2020, around about June. Do your history. That wasn't that far back. And what went down in this country that ensued for a couple of months, yeah, that. Okay? But it's gonna be bullets are gonna be flying. It ain't gonna be staged like it was last time. Bullets are gonna fly, and niggas is gonna die. I'm gonna just come on out. Hey. It says, one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, weapons, whether it be AR-15s, whatever weapons manufacturer made the shit. They're gonna have all this stuff, all right? These reactions. For there shall be sedition among men. It's gonna get to the point where it's just gonna cause riots, and this shit gonna get out of control. And invading one another. Oh man. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It's going to get to a point where the so-called government, federal government, they're not going to be able to handle all this shit. Okay? They're not. Because it ain't going to be just in controlled areas that this shit's going to go. It's going to erupt everywhere. Wherever there are groups of people, this is where this stuff's going to be happening at. And it's going to be so emotional. The information is just going to get brought out about individuals, shit that they would kill to keep hid and don't nobody know. It's going to be just abruptly blasted out in front of all the people. Most of the people around that's going to hear that shit are probably strangers. But the way these angels are going to be operating, no, they're going to make sure they serve the juiciest shit right among those who you partied with. And they, oh yeah, to make sure bullets get to flying in. So yeah, when these militia groups and Red Neckerson and all them get riled up, and they get the hooting and hollering and drinking that liquor and shit. Hey, this government ain't gonna be able to. The people, when they rise up, they gonna take this shit over. See, that's why they don't want you to see these scriptures. Verse 18, for because of their pride, I wonder what kind of pride. The city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verses 15 through 19. But situations like this don't just start at this level of fervency, but nor do they need to. Hell, a damn, what do they call it? How do they say a pebble rolling down the side of a snow-capped mountain? And all of a sudden you got this big-ass snowball down at the bottom with all this fucking momentum behind it. Yeah. These people's reactions to their secret sins being publicly displayed, the collective reactions to this everywhere is that's where it's going to be at. This is what's going to ensue. All this right here. Look at this. And I'm going to take a break and come back and finish this up. And this is the reason why the people, when they start rising up like this and all these little different cliques, the gays against the straights, the whites against the blacks, Americans against the immigrants, vaccinated against the unvaccinated, this group against that group, whatever. Okay? Well, all these groups start rising up, and, law enforcement is not going to handle this. Now, here's your proof right here. Jeremiah 51:30. The mighty men of Babylon, which the National Guard, military, law enforcement, any form of authority being exerted. That's who the mighty men of Babylon symbolize. Have forborne to fight. They refuse to go out there and deal with all that shit. They have remained in their holes on their military bases, the police precincts, or wherever. I ain't going out there. Their might hath failed. What made them lose heart? Because that now these situations are beyond their control. So at that point, they don't see no reason in risking their lives to try to stop something that can't be stopped by them. At that point, if for the sake of self-preservation, you have to concede from your conditioning. It's not going to be worth it. Okay? These people are gonna, when they realize they get out there and they're so overwhelmed, if one person gets them isolated, it's a wrap. They don't, because they're gonna start doing a bunch of thought assessments about their lives, the value that they have placed on that life and the life of others they love and all this other shit. They're gonna be like, no, hell no, I ain't finna do it. No, I ain't finna do it. Not me. And they gonna get on and getting. All right. They became as women. Hell, most men these days are. Hell, you women got a lot to compete with nowadays because of your feminism. Open the door for the LGBT group. Now, not only do you gotta compete with each other, you gotta compete with that crowd too. All that gonna come out too. People walking around here like they, putting on the front like they're this, affluential member of the community and all this other shit, man. They gonna be up there giving a speech. Somebody gonna ride up there with a bullhorn, and they just gonna still blah 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 blah. Your ass gonna end up having to run to get up out of there. Yeah, these dudes, that's why they won't join the military, man. Hey, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this break. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I got this download. I don't give a shit what you think, how you feel about it on this right here. Oh yeah, they have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. They finna burn this bitch down. But anyway, on this military thing, the United States will not win another military engagement. As a matter of fact, they're not winning any of them, to be honest with you. Why? Because they don't have enough masculine men in the military anymore. In this generation, they said they're not joining. So back in the day when I went in, it was compulsory. When you turned 18, you took your ass down there to the post office and you signed up for selective service. There was nothing to talk about. Back then, we actually had a sense of pride doing that. Okay? But now, because of this woke shit and, this here, that, and all that other, these dudes ain't gonna fight. And these women now that the House passed the bill, you ain't gotta wait till you turn 18 to go down there. No, as soon as you turn 18, you're already in the database. You're already on the draft standby. And they already have everybody categorized how they want it. And even that's not gonna be enough. So what they're gonna do to maintain this facade that we still have men and women in this country that are actually could join the military at a moment's notice and not give it a bad name is law enforcement of all kinds. Oh yeah, I'm channeling now. See, you corrupt cops thought that you being a part of that fraternal order protected you from the laws that you're supposed to be enforcing. No, brother, that's not how it works. These people let you get away with shit like that and everything. Everything you do has been documented so that at a later date, it can be used as leverage if necessary to get you to do something that they want you to do that otherwise you wouldn't agree to. So all you, hothead, Billy Badass cops and feds and CIA and ABC and EFG and HIJ and however you want to arrange the alphabet, a lot of y'all's ass is fitting to go over to the Middle East. I'm just, you get ready to get relieved of your current duties and you're going to put on a uniform of their choosing and you're taking your ass over there. You can do the PT test, you weapons trained, everything. All you got to do is just learn the rank structure. You'll learn it. But a whole lot of y'all's ass fitting to be deployed. We're not defunding shit. No, we're going to deploy them instead. That's going to be the first wave. They already know that ain't going to be enough. But what if they do that? And what about the streets are here and everything? What about it? There's going to be so much chaos going on at that time anyway. Why care? That's how you're going to know that this place is done. When the military is no longer able to handle all the conflicts that arise around the world because of America, then that's how you know it was done. The 90s was the end, was the beginning of the end. Okay? Coming out of the third generation, getting ready to go into the fourth generation. That was it. All right, I'm gonna take a break, come back and finish this here up. All right, we're gonna switch up here and finish this up. Let's look at James chapter 4, verses 1 through 3. From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not because ye ask amiss that you may consume it upon your lust. Hey, this right here is the nucleus motivation for everything that everybody does right here. James chapter 4 verses 3 is lust warring in your flesh that has never been put in check. That's why all this stuff's happening, and it's all coming out. It's all going to be exposed. This is going to be 1 Timothy chapter 6. I'll give you the precept when I get down. He is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. Y'all see them in your family. You got them in your family. Hell, you probably some of them. Materialistic as hell. You got to have everything that look like it's going to put you in the spotlight. You got to have it. Okay? And when you look at other people that could be somebody homeless on the street, you look down on them like, wow, what's their problem? Well, it might be you. That person might be somehow directly or indirectly affected by the actions you took against somebody when you decided you wanted to steal their inheritance and try to do a destiny swap on them and all this other crazy shit y'all do in your fraternity. That's what's producing the homelessness in this country, because a lot of us that have been targeted by this stuff can only get safety among the homeless from you psychopaths. All right? But don't worry, a lot of y'all fit to be right out there in the same ranks, but you're not going to be received with the same love. I can tell you that much. But yeah, these people feel like if you're not at a high level of wealth, or if you're even struggling in any sense of the form financially, then they consider that then there's something terribly wrong with you. That's how they perceive this reality, by wealth and all this other shit. And these thieves and people that steal their heritage, all of them have the same mindset. Well, if you ain't at least doing what I'm doing, there's something got to be wrong with you. No, what's wrong is the way you're doing it, and it's about to be exposed. That's what's wrong. Get away. Pull your energy away from these people, man. You're going to have to do it. If you have to be homeless, which you really going to have to be, that's the only way you're going to be able to escape and evade this shit. Believe me, I know from experience. You got to do what you got to do. You got to go off the grid, man, because these people are stalking you online, offline. All right? They pay people to, in the event that you post a video anywhere on any type of social media platform, it's going to send off a damn alarm and they're going to be all over it. But godliness with contentment is great gain. See, that's the vibration that this planet is being raised to get us back to that natural balance we once had. But anything that can't match that vibration is going to be X'd out. That's what all this warring is about right now. It's a battle of existence, because that's what the age of Aquarius does. Out with the old, in with the new. That's everything, every institution, all of it is getting ready to be redone. I mean, and that's what like I said, that's what the battle is. The battle is for existence. But the balances of justice, the scales of the balances of justice will be balanced this year. Verse 8, and having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, because that's what all that shit is. And into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while there should be many coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. That's First Timothy chapter 6, verses 4 through 10. Self-explanatory. But in this society, you've been conditioned to believe, well, if I don't have the bag, then, maybe I am a bad person or something. Hey, look, contentment with godliness is the greatest gain you can ever obtain in this realm. Anything else is of the devil. All right? I mean, you can't serve two masters. You're going to have to draw a line in the sand. Let's look at Micah 3 and 5. Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace. Yeah, like throwing rocks and then hiding their hands behind their back. And he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. That's just how damn relentless and ruthless these psychopaths are. That, these so-called fake pastors and preachers and teachers and all these, that's who this is talking about. If you don't get down with their program at their church or their congregation or their organization or whatever the case may be prepared for these fuckers to go to all-out war against you. All right? But see, when they came at me, that was the worst mistake they ever made, because they did not know what they were fucking with. And I don't fight war in typical manners. I wasn't trained for that, because I'm always by myself. I'm a lone wolf. So I have to I have to exert warfare in a different manner than somebody that's got a lot of troops on their side. And the manner of war that I use that's highly effective against overwhelming numbers is what's known as asymmetrical war of attrition. But I'm doing it on a spiritual plane. And the effects of it will be seen and felt in this realm as well. But I've been doing this warfare in the spirit realm. Always damn smite the shepherd and the sheep will scatter every time. But yeah, these people, if you don't get on with their program and what they got going on, they coming after you. I'm telling you. Let's look at Psalms 55, verses 12 through 14 and 20 through 21. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man of my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance, hell, and in some cases, my spouse. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Psalms chapter 55, verses 12 through 14 and 20 through 21. And so that's all the precepts that I have to help me get across this download that I've received earlier this year when my third eye came fully open. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of the downloads that I've received. Okay? So y'all go back over these scriptures, and you're gonna have to get these apps on these devices. You can get the lost books, and they have Jasher, Jubilees, Enoch, the Apocrypha, all that. All this stuff is apps. There's no excuses. So you go get these other books and everything, and you're out of time. I already told you. Your ass is out of time. But whatever little bit of time there is left before all hell starts to break loose, you need to immerse yourself in this information and nothing else. No more entertainment, nothing. Because that's just how, that's where it is. That's where we are right now. We get ready to enter that time that's never been anything like it before, or never will be anything like it afterwards. This is that time that we're about to enter into during this year of karma with Pluto in Aquarius. Now Pluto is getting ready to do its retrograde out of Aquarius back into Capricorn. Oh man. That's how this Mercury retrograde is going to end. With Pluto going in there, woo. All of it during the exact same time that all the planets lined up in 2017. I don't believe in coincidences. I'm a man of synchronicities. Don't do coincidences. Don't believe in that shit. These things, these occurrences, a lot of them are divinely inspired to get the attention of those of us that are truly awake, to let us know just exactly where we really are in the scheme of things. All right. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Like I said, if I offended you, I don't give a shit, and whatever. Deuces.